Tinubu's reforms were long overdue and now causing hardship to Nigerians. Finance Minister Edun says. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, has blamed the current economic hardship under the administration of President Bola Tinubu on the previous government. The minister, while speaking on Friday in Abuja at the launch of the Federal Civil Service Policies and Guidelines on Rewards and Recognition, maintained that Nigerians are expressing pains because the previous governments were not bold to take the reform his principal took. Recall that President Tinubu, in his inaugural speech after he was sworn in on May 29, 2023, removed the subsidy on petroleum, leading to steady hikes in the pump price from 195 naira to the current 1,100 naira per litre. Edun had explained that the non-implementation of the reforms by the previous governments was one of the reasons Nigerians are suffering presently. He said, after 18 months of bold and necessary reforms that Mr. President has implemented, the country has changed, and yes, the reforms were so long overdue that it caused an element of pain, discomfort, difficulty, increased the cost of living, but the successes and gains are coming through. Market-based pricing of foreign exchange were fully in place. The result was immediate benefit to the federal coffers, to the state coffers, and the local government coffers, because an amount of 5% of GDP is what goes to subsidies. If you say GDP was on average, let's say $400 billion, we would all know what 5% of that is. $20 billion of funds that could be going into infrastructure, health, social services, education, and that is what it is. The flow is now coming back into government coffers to be able to be deployed into those areas, Edun said. He congratulated Wilson Jack for not just achieving 100 days as HCSF, but also using the platform as an opportunity to gather all and to put across her agenda with 4 transformative documents dealing with reward and recognition and incentives and consequence management. He said the development was also important to Mr. President's agenda, to his success, and to his macroeconomic reforms aimed at getting inflation down, growing the economy, creating jobs, and reducing poverty. In her remarks, the head of service said the event was part of a collective journey to redefine the ethos of public service delivery in Nigeria, setting the stage for a civil service that is professional and efficient, globally competitive, and responsive to the aspirations of all Nigerians. She said that the launched policies were not merely policies, but powerful instruments of reforms designed to embed excellence, integrity, and accountability at the heart of the public service. Today's event is one of the several initiatives marking my first 100 days in office. It is guided by the theme, Marching to Greatness, a vision inspired by the Federal Civil Service Anthem. This validation exercise exemplifies our unwavering commitment to charting a bold and transformative course for the civil service, laying a solid foundation for the sustained progress and impactful outcomes, Wilson Jack said. She urged the newly promoted directors to see themselves not just as leaders, but also role models worthy of emulation. Today's recognition of newly promoted directors is a testament to these commitments. We celebrate their achievements and highlight the pathways for excellence available to all civil servants, she added. Well, what are your opinions on this? Make sure to leave them in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure to turn on notifications so you can be notified when we upload daily content here on this channel, and make sure to share this video with your family and friends so that they know what is going on and they can give their own opinions on this. Now, let's see what other people have to say about this. You saved 50 billion naira 20 billion naira, and how much extra are we spending on infrastructure, healthcare and education by reason of increased costs due to inflation at the moment? Contracts that government could execute for 300 billion naira before reform policies now cost over 1.2 trillion naira or more. What have you achieved aside pains and hardship? Unfortunately, ego will not allow you guys to tweak or reverse your policy to alleviate the pains of the masses. The road this government has embarked on will lead us nowhere. How can a seasoned financial manager deliver a speech on his government policies without saying nothing? A high flyer in the finance world turned to nothingness at the federal level. This is baffling. But he fought against the reform during the time of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan because he had a target to become the president in the future. Unfortunately, he will go down in history as the man who took over 150 million Nigerians to the kingdom of poverty and the worst president to have ever ruled this country. If you are looking for a government that doesn't prioritize its citizens' needs, Nigeria is a typical example. The most evil and inhumane government I have ever seen in my life is the present APC government. The rising fuel cost is negatively impacting everyday life, business, and the economy. It will only take a Yoruba man with conscience to see the hardships this reform has brought to Nigeria, because many of them do not see anything wrong with Tinubu's regime. The problem with Nigerians is that they easily forgot, and that was why the leaders are bent on punishing them. When Buhari was in power, they were saying that they are paying about 200 naira for subsidy per litre, and fuel was selling 230 naira then. Today, fuel is selling 1,200 naira. Let someone tell me the ratio that can justify the 300% subsidy removal claim by this evil regime looting, as if they will be buried with it. How does this reform improve the country? We are just suffering for nothing. It has been almost 2 years of this hardship and nothing has changed. The country is still borrowing. So sad indeed, seeing our political elites, the money bags, traditional institution, above all, the so-called religious leaders watching the level of death, poverty without hope and limitation ravaging all age groups in Nigeria. There is a limitation to the hardships which the owners of sheep and donkeys can inflict on them without a violent response. Time is very close to which the masses of this country will respond to unhealthy pains melted on them anytime, so strong than the effects of Hiroshige and Nagasaki. Well, these people have all given their opinions on this. Make sure to leave your own opinions in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure to turn on notifications so you can be notified when we upload daily content here on this channel, and make sure to share this video with your family and friends so that they know what is going on and they can give their own opinions on this.